Whoa. I had the worst nightmare. It was about Adam Sandler making a movie where he plays a man and his sister. Thank goodness I'm awake. Nope, I'm still sleeping. Better wake myself up by sticking a knife through my leg. Yeah, pinching never works for me. It's too kiddie. Alright, here we go. Ow! Ugh! I think I hit a vein. Oh! Oh, at least I'm finally out of that nightmare. Dang it! Still asleep. Ah! This is still less painful than listening to a Creed album. Ah! Well, feels good to be awake. Truck, nabbit! Did I chug a gallon of Quill? That's it. I'm jamming my tongue into a pencil sharpener. Oh god, that was agonizing. Wait a minute. You're not supposed to feel pain in your dreams. That means... Oh my god, this movie is real. Help me. Oh, and don't worry about my injuries. Nothing a good transition can't fix. Ah, that's better. Well, as much as I'm fearing for my life right now, let's take a look at Jack and Jill. So, this film starts out with a montage of twins talking about each other. Then we cut to home movies of our main characters as little kids. Okay, what was the point of that opening? Was that supposed to establish that this movie is about twins? Why didn't you just start with the home movies then? No jokes were made in that opening. Well, if there was, I didn't notice any, and these people don't show up in the rest of the movie, so that was really unnecessary. I wonder what it would be like if other movies used an opening like this one. When provoked, gorillas can be really ruthless. And now, our feature presentation, The Planet of the Apes. In this day and age, people are killed by other people. And now, our feature presentation, Friday the 13th. You're about to watch a David Lynch movie. Don't expect anything normal. So, the home movies play out over the opening credits for the film. As with Adam Sandler tradition, these clips contain gross humor and poorly timed slapstick. I would make a drinking game out of the elements of Adam Sandler's college dorm room humor, but I have a feeling that this movie is going to give me a hangover without the use of alcohol. After the credits, we meet Adam Sandler, who's playing... Honestly, you should know by now, who's a commercial director, and he has to go pick his sister up from the airport, and we see... Okay, get Adam Sandler out of that costume and reveal the real actress playing his sister. You're not moving him. Get him out of this shot. Why is he still there? Why? Why'd you decide to film Adam Sandler cross-dressing off camera, Dennis Dugan? Unless... No, you can't possibly even think to tell me that Adam Sandler is gonna play his sister in this movie. Ha! That's the case, is it? I know. I should have expected that due to the picture of him as a woman being on the poster, but blame the optimist in me for thinking the poster designer accidentally put one of Sandler's Halloween costumes in place of a talented actress who was going to play Jill. Oh, this is gonna be deadly. So, yeah. Adam Sandler made a movie where he plays a double role as a guy and a woman. You know, because it worked so well for Eddie Murphy. So, Sandler brings his sister to his home, where they're having a homeless man over for dinner. Why? I don't know. My brain committed suicide 3 minutes ago. So, while eating dinner, Jill says that she feels like she's in the Twilight Zone, and it's a wonderful life. Thank you, movie. It isn't bad enough that you're going to put me through pain and suffering. You have to remind me that there are better things I could be watching. That would be like if I mentioned Rebel Taxi 99 and Pie Guy Rules in this video. So, Jill keeps jabbering. You guys ever wonder what Adam Sandler would sound like if he was playing a woman? Of course you haven't. Your eardrums would drink cyanide. But, let me describe it to you. Imagine Mickey Mouse if you took all the innocence and cheer out of his voice and you replaced them with Satanism and cruelty. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab some cotton balls for my ears. Anyway, the homeless guy just gets up and leaves the table. Something tells me that was the actor not wanting to be involved with this movie, but the filmmakers kept the camera rolling because it made as much sense as the incoherency in this film. Wow, so far, every second of this film feels like a train running over my brain. I just hope to hell they don't get a talented actor roped into this collage of dead animals. 4 years making videos, and I still haven't learned to keep my big mouth shut. So, yeah, Al Pacino, Tony Montana, Michael Corleone, Sonny Wartzik is in this movie. Al, whose kid did you run over to have to be in this? So, after a montage of unfunny slapstick that makes Harold Lloyd toss in his grave, Jill is trying hard to bond with Sandler, but she manages to keep making him angry. Well, you know, Adam Sandler is being annoyed by one of his own performances. Oh, the delicious irony. So, afterwards, Jill tries online dating, and she ends up getting hooked up with Norm Macdonald, and they go out on a date. In the middle of it, Norm leaves. Wow, not even Sandler's friends want to be involved with this movie. That's both scary and sad at the same time. So, due to the date not going so well, Jill goes home and whines. The cotton balls aren't working! In the next scene, Sandler takes Jill to the Lakers game to meet up with Al Pacino, who's sitting next to Johnny Depp. You know, those two were in a movie together, but I can't remember it because this film has made me forget what good cinema is. So, Jill hangs out with Al Pacino, and Al takes a liking to Jill. Movie, why are you making me think of Adam Sandler dating Al Pacino? You sick, mother-ducking, ditch-sucking sassholes. Afterwards, they throw a party for Jill and Sandler. Nothing happens. Then, Al Pacino takes Jill to his house. Nothing happens. The next day, Jill eats Mexican food, plays soccer, and dances. In other words, nothing trucking happens! Hello, truckers who made this thing they call a movie? If you want to make a movie, make a trucking movie! Don't just film Adam Sandler and drag doing a bunch of random crap! Film scenes that actually have meaning and aren't made to make cheap, unfunny jokes that make Pauly Shore look like a comedic genius! So, while his family is on a cruise, Sandler dresses up as Jill to try and persuade Al Pacino to be in the commercial. While at Al's house, Jill calls Sandler and she finds out his plan, and they have a sibling argument. Sandler then realizes he loves Jill and rushes back to the ship, but it turns out Jill has returned to her home in the Bronx. Sandler meets up with her, and they make up. Al does the commercial, and he wants all the copies burned. The movie ends, and I'm checking to see if I can still read after watching this god-awful movie, because the real title of this movie should have been Brain Drain! Saying this movie sucks would be offensive, because sucks shouldn't be mentioned in the same dictionary as this trucking movie! Folks, I'm convinced. We're in hell. Yeah, there is no possible way that our Earth would be cruel enough to crank out something this diabolically evil. We're all burning in hell, and the fact this movie was created supports that. This movie is... I can't even think of a word to describe how unbelievably awful it is! I know, I didn't go into much detail while summing up this movie, but can you blame me? There are so many things in this movie that just aren't worth mentioning, even to help describe why this movie isn't even worthy of being called an epic fail. None of the performances are believable, none of the jokes are delivered in a funny way, and the movie just feels like one big middle finger from Happy Madison Productions. I have a feeling this company wants to skin our pets, scar our children for life, burn down our houses, dig up the graves of our dead relatives and throw their corpses into a dog pound, dig up the ashes of any loved one that was cremated, and deliver them to a Nesquik factory posing them off as chocolate milk mix, commit compensation fraud to steal money from taxpayers, and turn the most intellectual human beings into the lowest forms of our society. However, some of those things are illegal, so they just made this movie to make it feel like all those things have happened to us. This movie feels like sitting in a tub full of battery acid while having cheese graters rub against your face, while getting your arms chewed off by rabid weasels, while getting your internal organs ripped out one by some guy named Bob. My feeling, I've seen bad movies, TV shows, and I've listened to bad music, but this is the magnum opus of bad things. This movie makes The Room, Troll 2, Plane 9 from Outer Space, Jiggly, Battlefield Earth, and Manos the Hands of Faith look like cinematic masterpieces. It's like Adam Sandler wanted to make a worse comedy than Master of Disguise, and he succeeded without even trying. I mean, God! The truck is wrong with you, Sandler! I know. Adam Sandler hates comedy. That's right. Adam Sandler wants to destroy comedy, and he's been trying to do it ever since Going Overboard. However, even when his movies kept getting worse and worse, comedy was still thriving. But he finally found a movie idea that he felt would kill comedy, and that's this movie. No, this isn't even a movie. I have a feeling Dennis Dugan was walking around with a video camera and he saw Adam Sandler acting crazy while running around in drag, and Dugan pressed record. Okay, I know I give Seth MacFarlane a lot of flack, but I have more respect for MacFarlane knowing that he didn't make Jack and Jill. You know what? Jack and Jill can now be used as a synonym for everything wrong in our society. Kids are no longer beaten by their parents. They're shown Jack and Jill. Countries aren't going to nuke us in the future. They're going to Jack and Jill us. When Roland Emmerich makes another movie, it's going to be crap. But at least it's not going to be Jack and Trucking Jill! This is actually one of the few movies where I watched it all the way through the credits. That's right, I wanted to flip off all the names of every single person who contributed to making this act of terrorism on the art of film. That's right, even Al Pacino. He agreed to be in this. Come to think of it, I want to see Al Pacino do a commentary on this movie. I wonder what it would be like. I'm sorry. God, I'm so sorry. I was really drunk and I didn't know what I was agreeing to. I'm so sorry. Remember me for my good movies, please. Also, it's a good thing I wasn't at the cast party for this movie. Otherwise, here's what would have happened. You people are insane! You're wasting your lives making spit! Nobody cares! This movie is terrible! Actually, that's what would have happened before I make Benthelooney massacre every member of the cast and crew. So, yes, don't watch this movie! Don't even look at pictures of this movie! If you're a parent who hates your kids, don't even buy this movie for them during a holiday, because that's going way too far! I can hear hell's bells ringing when I think of this movie. It's so demonically horrifying that it makes The Exorcist look like a Care Bears movie. Yes, this is the scariest horror film I've ever seen. Don't even try and tell me this movie is a comedy. Seeing Adam Sandler in drag is creepier than Norman Bates giving that famous smile, and even scarier than Vince Vaughn's crappy portrayal of the same character. Every time that somebody watches this movie, I can hear kittens being sat on by hippos. The idea that $79 million that could have went to giving food to the homeless went into making this movie is sickening. But the idea that almost $150 million was given to this movie at the box office just shows that humans are the cause of all of our own problems. How far have we fallen as a society to having preacher toddlers as TV stars, killers who are obviously guilty being let loose into the streets, and having a trucking movie where Ducking Adam Sandler plays a lucking guy and his bucking sister in a pucking piece of sit-spitting crapping trash movie? Anyway, here's the short version of what I'm trying to say. Truck this movie! Anyway, I'm Benthelooney, and I'm signing out. I'll be trying to enjoy my eternal damnation in hell. I gotta go give Charlton Heston a sponge bath.